Um, yeah, there's been a lot of drama
Right.
behind the scenes. Um, all of that era, I don't call it a reunion.
Hmm.
I call it a regime. Still begins with R.
Right.
So the only time for me was when the band went on stage. At that point, we were, as far as I'm concerned, we were immune.
Hmm.
Just for a brief hour and a half, however long we were on stage. And what we did on that stage was coming totally from the heart. And I could just, I could just feel it. I knew that we were our band.
Hmm.
You know, so. But yeah, I mean, there's been all kinds of, things that have been. There's all kinds of political moves and, all kinds of stuff that's gone on. Some of it I can talk about. Some of it I have opinions about. Some of it I can't really talk about.
Right.
You know.
Although I was just going to say, you actually performed in front of Cream, but I think you didn't, right? It was Tony and Ozzy.
Tony and Ozzy did that performance. Yeah, they didn't bloody invite us.
Bastards.
Bastards. me and Geezer. I couldn't believe Phil Collins was sitting in playing Paranoid or whatever they did.
That's right.
I was looking at him going, what the what's he doing there? Get back.
Yeah, I've never heard that actual track, so I can't imagine that, if he was hitting it off beat or not. But apparently the Queen sat there and clapped.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, the Queen was saying, you know what, I prefer this song much better when Bill plays it.
yes, that's what she said. Oh, this is all very good, but where's Bill?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh boy. All right. Well, besides having the probably the sadness of not having performed for the Queen,
Right.
there are many other things that you can probably put up on your shelf as being, moments in your life, those snapshots where you say, okay, that's something I'm really proud of, and I'm going to guess that Straws is one of those.
Yeah, I like Straws. I think we did a nice piece of work on that one. There was a lot of people involved in it. You know what, and I think it all helped them too, everybody that was involved in it. Because it was like a giving back song. It's like, what do we do? Let's do something that's at least sticking up for something. At least it's, challenging something,
Right.
And it's basically, the message was, you know what, we're going to come through this okay, no matter what you throw at us, so it's kind of that kind of a deal. Because life has to go on, especially when somebody's trying to ruin your life.
Right. Did the life change, the philosophical change that you went through when you stopped drinking and drugging and stuff like that, did that make a situation like being able to write Straws be able to happen where maybe at another point in your life it couldn't happen because you just weren't that aware?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I would have just thought about it, and without, Tony or Geezer or us there, because we were able to push the songs through, but onto my own devices, left onto my own devices when I was drinking, I reached the point where I couldn't do anything at all. Even the best of intentions would fall to the wayside by the next morning. And, exactly. That's exactly what it's like to be an alcoholic. But being sober, for most of the time I feel very inspired. I feel like I've become better as a musician. I'm trying to, really work hard on different things in my life to try to, improve where I can. Yesterday we were in band rehearsals and I was playing keyboards, which I'm still trying to learn how to play keyboards. I've been trying to do it since I was about 5. But I was playing keyboards a little bit and playing harmonica and singing at the same time. and you know, it was passable. You know, it wasn't the most brilliant, you know, thing, but you know, my band they really put up with me. They really do. They really tolerate me, you know. So I was doing that, and you know, and of course they played drums as well. We're starting to get all the dust off the, you know, the band, and you know, because we have, even though we've been in the studio together, we still are. We've not done any rehearsals, any live rehearsals, and that's, you know, so we're trying to put that into the weekly thing right now, just to keep the edge, you know. Because you can lose the edge being in the studios all the time, and like a live edge. So.
When you took the music to the band, at what form was it? And I'm just trying to get the idea of,
sure.
You know, was it completely an embryonic thing? Did you have a poem, basically, which would become the lyrics, or did you have it pretty much fleshed out in your head and said, okay, boys, let's sit down and what we can add to this?
Well, over the years, you know, I've been bringing all my stuff to the lead guitar player, Keith Lynch, for nearly 17 years now.
Right.
I think it's that long. It might be even longer than that.
Wow.
And I've been with my drummer for nigh on, I don't know, maybe 10 years. And I've been with my bass player for about the same amount of time, about 10 years. So, they're really good musicians, in many senses, but the most important thing is that they give me room to cuss and swear and to search and rip apart and, you know, and design.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes just that little bit extra to have guys like that. So I feel very fortunate to be able to have guys with me that will just like stand back, ease off the pedal, and let me rip something to pieces because I'm looking for something further, you know.
Right.
And they give me that. So that's, I think, to their credit. I mean, it's really, really important. I usually take a piece of tape to Keith. I'll jot something down on my keyboards and put it on tape, and then we'll work it out from that point. Just like an acoustic guitar or a very low volume electric guitar, and we'll work through, you know, where it's all going. And once I have an arrangement, then I usually take it to my drummer's house, Ronnie Siago.
Uh-huh.
And Ronnie's got a Pro Tool studio, so we usually set it up in there and we fly it up the flagpole, see if it's going to work. So that's where we do the homework. And then by that time, if we think it's going to work, then you know, we'll have the band come in, rehearse it. And, often it'll go up to you know, to the studios to make to get printed as a record.
Right.
So that's the way that it normally starts. And matter of fact, last night, in rehearsals yesterday, I got sidetracked and we wrote 2 brand new songs yesterday.
Nice sidetrack.
You know, it's like, you know, we're right in the middle of rehearsing. I'm doing an electric version of Children Killing Children for the show, and you know, I hated where I was going with the ideas. I felt just frustrated, so I came up with some new riffs, and you know, the guys jotted it down as we were going along, and that's how that came out. So we had you know, parts for 2 new songs. Then when I got home, I did a whole side of 1 cassette tape of new material when I got home, because I hadn't, you know, I obviously wasn't finished. So I just wrote up a bunch of ditties last night. I finished up about, I guess it was about 1 o'clock this morning when I finished writing. As Geezer Butler once said, he said, "Now let's make a proper Sabbath album." And Geezer's been very outspoken, much to my delight. And he talks about the reunion album, especially those songs that are on there. He's quote unquote, that's not Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
You know, so you know, we're all thinking along the same lines and everything.
Right.
So yeah, it's just I never played it. I mean, I've never played the album.